What's up, fellow pessimistic gardeners? I am here with an update. What is this now? Oh, almost a month after I started my seeds in that experiment with the different mixes to compare, and the seedlings are all kind of stunted. They've kind of stopped growing for now. Still trying to figure that out, but still what we're seeing at a month out is that the walnut shell media mixture has outperformed the perlite and the corn cob. So that walnut shell, much better germination rate. The plants are all about the same size right now. They're growing at about the same rate, but germination is better, at least for basil, in the walnut shell. And these are the kale here. Again, the walnut shell has the best germination. They're all growing about the same rate. This is the perlite, and that's the corn cob. So walnut shell is what I'm going with for now for seedlings. And then over here we have our peppers, the perlite. They're actually they're growing. They're looking good, but there's only 3 out of 10 seeds. Whereas this walnut shell here, we had 9 out of 10 seeds that germinated and they're looking good. And then that is the corn cob, not too great. So then I have my other seedling trays that were not part of the experiment in here. This is a really cool purple pepper plant that's doing great. The pumpkins were all already stepped up into bigger pots, so they're all mixed together now. The pumpkins didn't care. They did great in all the mixes, and so I used up the rest of my corn cob litter. Since it's crap for starting seeds, I used the corn cob litter for these bigger pots of pumpkins. And they're looking pretty good. We did have some melon worm damage earlier this week. As you see, this guy got toast. A couple of them got completely toast from the melon worms. I did I sprayed the plants with neem oil, and then the next day went and picked off any large worms that were not controlled by the neem oil. But it's funny because just like 2 days before the worms showed up, I had somebody messaging me asking me how my pumpkins are doing, and I said they're great, no problems. And they said, oh, that's good because mine are being eaten by worms. And then the day or two later I went and checked mine, and worm damage everywhere. So that's just life. I expect more since there was a full moon last night. I expect a lot of moths were flying around laying eggs all over the place, so we'll be looking for more worm damage in the garden. Here's some of my other seedlings. They're doing okay. I've got to thin out the tomato plants maybe tomorrow. These are my tomato seedlings that need to be stepped up, thinned out. They got a touch of disease going on their lower cotyledons that started a few days ago, so I also sprayed the neem oil on them. Hopefully that will help. I'm not sure if it's bacterial spot or target spot at this point. It's, I didn't put it under a microscope to identify whether it's a fungal or bacterial pathogen, but neem oil should help with both. And if they still have signs of new lesions in the next day or two, I'll do another round of neem oil when it's appropriate. But anyway, that's the update for the seedlings. You live and you learn. Things happen. So these guys are all in a mixture of all the media, and then I did just walnut shell on top of the seeds, and they're doing great. Except for those guys that haven't sprouted yet. The Zulu peppers, but the banana peppers, this here's a purple broccoli, sunflowers, and dill all doing much better. So that's where we're at there. So that's your update, and hopefully these plants will start growing soon. Kind of delayed here. But we can't plant in the garden till after our vacation anyway. We don't want our pet sitter to have to also be a plant sitter. So they're going to be in pots until at least after we get back from vacation in October. All right. Oh, these are melons and cucumbers also in my new seed mix. Doing great. Looking good. Okay. Happy gardening.